Hi, my name is Amit Chandra. I've been working in the corporate sector for about 32 years now. And in the social sector, my journey began about 2 decades ago. What I'm a little notorious for in philanthropy is that very early on I decided, along with Archana, that we will give away most of our the wealth that we are blessed with. And that has, I think, perplexed a lot of people as to why we do that. uh, I would say the two things that we are really excited about at this point of time is solving India's water crisis, and the second is we're really excited about making sure the social stock exchange works and works in a manner in which we are able to democratize the flow of funds to Indian not-for-profit organizations. Let's say one of the things that we do very differently today that we didn't do, let's say a decade or 2 decades ago, is our approach to being extremely collaborative in our approach to problem solving. That approach to being collaborative is both working with other like-minded donors. We believe having more minds around the table is a much better approach, even if you can solve the problem yourself. The second approach to being collaborative, which we believe is absolutely an imperative, is working with the governments. Um, you know, our problems are so huge that philanthropy alone cannot solve them. I would say the second thing is co-creating solutions with communities. We believe it's very important to have your ear very close to the ground. And the third is, we live in very interesting times where we are harnessing the power of data and platforms and technology, and bringing all that, the power of all that together, I think is very important. First of all, we have a board where we, you know, think hard about uh, are we spending money the right way and in the manner in which it's true to our vision and mission. In addition to that, we have very reputed advisory board members who we routinely will run things by and seek their advice and take their views seriously on the verticals that we work in. I think even within our team, we try to make sure that we have push and pull, and we are not necessarily just trying to you know uh, drop a certain line of thinking from the top to the bottom. And I think finally, for us, what's really important is every now and then, say at least a couple of times a year, we step back and we really think hard about what is it that we are uh, really achieving. It's very easy to uh, disperse money, but we are very clear that at the end of the day, we are just trustees of this wealth, and that our main purpose is to drive transformation in the lives of the people we serve. I think the values that really matter to me personally are, first of all, we must be uh, very community centric, and I would say not just community centric, beneficiary centric. The person we seek to serve must be at the center of everything that we do. That is very important. The second is we must be vision mission centric, and by that, I what I what you know what's really important for me is transformation at scale. I think the third is uh, compassion. At the end of the day, everything that we do, I think we have to do it with a great degree of empathy and compassion. Um, because the fact is, we do live in a world where that is unfortunately reducing at a very rapid rate. We are very focused on, at what we have set as targets for ourselves at the beginning of the year. And I can't tell you how much my anxiety starts building through the year on, have we, are we delivering on that or not? And why is that happening? And it's our own money. If we fall short, no one's going to pick up the phone and ask me, no one's going to send me an email and tell me anything bad about it. You know, we don't need to send a report out to anyone. But somehow it still, like, the anxiety starts from the first day of the year to the last, day of the year. It is just incredible build up of anxiety, and I can't explain why that's the case, but it is the case, and I can't somehow wish it away. I think the whole year basically goes in figuring out how we can deal with that anxiety by um, making sure that we are doing everything possible to be true to the targets that we've set, by doing the right things for the people that we really care. I think you're known more for your successes in the outside world, and you're celebrated for your successes. But I think it's very important to be clear that when you step back and think about what shapes you, it's actually your failures which shapes you. It would be very unusual if you had a portfolio of choices that you made at the beginning of the year, that when you analyzed it at mid-year or at year end, that you only had everything going great. That would tell you that there's something unusual happening there, that you're not being honest with yourself. There's got to be a distribution of outcomes. That distribution of outcomes will give you a sense of what you could do better next year, because the success is what you double down on, the failure is what you would avoid doing next year, and the middle is some stuff that you course correct on. And therefore, having that conversation is actually very important. This is a little bit like investing, where your successful investments need to be really wildly successful, and you will always have some failure investments, but the important thing is that you learn from the failures and make the successful investments wildly successful. I think undoubtedly the biggest influence in our lives from a philanthropy perspective has been Chuck Feeney. I had the complete, odd chance of reading his autobiography when it was just released, because a good friend of Piramal sent it to me, and actually ended up being quite transformational for Archana and my life. It was, for those who don't know the story of a man who all of us experiences products, our services, the duty-free stores. He made about $8 billion in his life, and then one fine day decided to give away all of it. He kept a little bit, I think about $5 million for himself, and moved into a rented apartment in San Francisco with his wife Helga. Reason why I think pretty much no one heard about him was basically because he gave away all that wealth anonymously via what was known as the Atlantic philanthropies. um, and in the process was instrumental in transforming a large part of the healthcare system in Vietnam, making a big impact on the AIDS epidemic in South Africa, transforming the higher education system of Ireland, making Cornell University into what it is today, and actually number of other remarkable things. And you just realize how much one person can do in his lifetime and then move into a complete Gandhian mode after that. It's a remarkable story. I remember reading about it and saying, wow. And if he could do it, I felt that maybe we can't do it to that extent, but can you do it to some extent? And so that inspired Archana and me enormously. And the biggest mistake people make is they do not embark on that journey, and they do not embark on that journey with any degree of aspiration. If you begin an aspirational journey, you will basically learn incredible things. If you try mediocre things, you will learn mediocre things.